Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day.
So applause for your performance. However, I think you might be touching on a touchy subject here.
Because we need rain.
Because we need rain. And of course, guess what comes in here? Randy saying good morning to everybody. We need some rain.
Yeah. We totally
do. So, and Alec, I mean, you could see Alec, he needs rain. He would probably take rain right in the studio with all the electronics in there right now.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's funny. We were driving back from Red Deer yesterday, and we drove through some torrential moments, and I was like, if we had buckets, I would have collected it and brought it back here and dumped it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we've got Kurt here. Now, you guys know Kurt really well, right?
We saw Kurt last night.
We sure did.
Saw Kurt last night. Okay. So I want to know, have you ever seen Lorraine? Now,
I actually have.
This is one of my favorite subjects about music is you grow up listening to some of your favorite songs and singing them a certain way.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you realize you've been singing it wrong all along.
Yeah.
And I think it's there. I think there's a comedic bit or a skit somewhere online of a gentleman who does that.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny stuff.
I'm pretty sure I remember Kurt singing "Bathroom on the Right" last night.
Yes, he did.
Really?
He did. Yep.
Kurt, what are you doing? What did you guys do last night?
His drums. Yeah.
What did you guys do last night?
We went out to see Vintage Express down at the Legion in Calgary there.
Nice.
Horton Road
Legion, yeah.
Horton Road Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legion number
Good old
285.
Horton Road in Calgary.
Yep.
I think that's the one road that's going to go down in infamy in Calgary for some reason. I have no idea why.
The potholes were incredible.
Yeah, I think my truck. I think I need the suspension replaced on my truck now.
Maybe front end alignment.
That's crazy. Well, I just want to say good morning to everybody who's joining us for the show this morning. So good morning, Nanton Live. We are live right now. And it looks like Cincinnati is joining us here as well. So I've got a comment that came in. Looks like it's good morning, David and Amanda from Cincinnati. Now, speaking of Amanda, Amanda, I don't see an Amanda here. So, but if I push this button, look at my fingertips. This is amazing stuff. Look at Alec. It looks like a little kid. Amanda, laugh out loud or live on location. Which is it going to be today? Both?
Right now, it's live on location.
Live on location.
Yeah.
And you're also looking like you would like a little bit of rain.
Yeah, it's warm. It's,
warm.
I was outside for about 3.5 minutes, and I feel like my face is melting.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a warm day.
Ironically, the one person who's going to be coming in today who probably is not feeling as hot as we are doesn't have air conditioning at the schoolhouse. And so
That's right.
Holly is probably feeling quite comfortable there because it's actually quite shaded in the schoolhouse. And I think it feels quite nice in there compared to outside. Holly, how are you doing there as far as heat?
I'm good.
You're good. See, I told you. All the rest of us are melting our faces off, and Holly's sitting there all comfortable. She looks comfortable too. So Holly's joining us from the Visitor Information Center, Nanton Visitor Information Center. Amanda is joining us from the THRC, and we are going to be showing and maybe. Now, I've got a question for Amanda here quickly. Amanda, have you seen, because I heard there was going to be some young people doing some deadlifting or some sort of like weightlifting competitions, because this is the powerlifting nationals is what's going on. Now, have you seen any of these young kids yet, or is that what they're doing right now?
Well, they're having a bit of a break right now, but when I came in, it wasn't necessarily young people, but it was some impressive record-breaking people, which I think is constant in these events. I feel like last year when we were here, it was record-breaking this, record-breaking that, and people are constantly breaking records. But right now we're just on a break. People are visiting the vendors and taking a breather.
Wow. What is that just went through there?
That wasn't from me, I don't think.
Holy man!
I only heard that in my ear. Yeah, that was Holly.
I think that was Holly. Holly, what are you doing over there? Can I be rude and say excuse me?
It was that burrito breakfast.
It's a burrito breakfast. That's what Jason says. Oh, that's goodness. Okay, so we've got live on location over at the Powerlifting Nationals. We've got Holly from the VIC that's here. We've got Kurt commenting again saying, was fun. Glad we had you up to sing a few too. So that was from last night's show. And we've got some guests that are going to be joining us in just a little bit here because we've got, the powerlifting, a little bit of, fitness related kind of show. And that's a little bit of what we had yesterday. And now I've just noticed that Alec is the vice president of Dave Murphy's fan club. So we're going to have Dave Murphy on in a little bit. And then we're going to have Jonathan Karpetz on, actually. Jonathan Karpetz, I got a hold of him yesterday. Now, I've known Jonathan Karpetz for years and years. We haven't actually talked for years until this morning when we tested and made sure that everything was going to look and sound good. So he's going to be coming on because he was, and he can correct me if I'm wrong on all this stuff, but he was one of the finalists for the Subway Commit to Fit Challenge that happened. Now, that was a while ago. That was a long time ago that happened. But I see all his posts online, and it's amazing to me what he's kept up with since that Commit to Fit Challenge from Subway. So he was one of the finalists, and I found out that there were only 3 finalists nationally, excluding Quebec. Nationally, there were only 3 finalists, and he was one of them. So we're going to be talking to him here shortly as well. Now, we also, of course, want to make sure that we promote a couple things that happened. Now, I had Randy who just commented, so this is a nice little segue into what we're going to be promoting next. Randy says, and thanks for playing my request this morning, which was on the radio station. Now, does everybody have their, now I know, Alec, you still are waiting for yours in the mail, right? So, Amanda, do you have yours? Holly, have you got yours? Or am I the only one has got it?
I'll go get mine.
So I'm the only one that remembered to bring it on the show this morning. Okay, so let's open this up here and take a look. So we've got, of course, the Nanton Business Mini Directory. This has been published by the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, which is the nonprofit that we run. And something that's really cool about the nonprofit that I want to show everybody is if we take a look now, I'm gonna have to share my screen. So everybody just be ready here because this is really cool. So if I share the screen, what are we gonna see? We are going to see our amazing team. So check this out. So of course, Amanda, the president of the station, Dave, the station manager, and then we've got Garrett who helps us out, Holly, who's joining us on the show today, Vanessa and Jason on the show today, Alec on the show today, Lauren's on our show in Claresholm, We just had Jody Seeley, who joined us and started her show on Thursday. Cloud does a show. Keeson's our summer student. He's going to be doing a show. Arden's learning. Addie's learning. Cassidy's joined us. Ralph is always helping us. And then John and Ryan are on the board, as well as Vanessa. So Vanessa does double duty here. So this is the really cool team that we've got up on the website now. So you can always go to the website and check that out, or you can just stream the station and listen to the station, because we got lots of great things that we're doing to promote our local community. That's the same thing as what this directory does, is promotes our local community. So Amanda's gone all the way to the truck, forced outside again, and you've got our directory. No, that doesn't look like a directory. That looks like a lot of pages there covering your
Well,
face.
I also forgot my news.
Oh, you forgot your news. Okay, well, we are so prepared and ready to go here, aren't we? So anyway, I wanted to just say thanks to all the volunteers and people who help us out with the station. And we were doing that guessing game with Jody last week. So this is how we started it. And then we kind of went to this. And then we went, happy birthday, Jody, because she actually started her show on Thursday on her birthday. So she wanted to do it on her birthday. She thought it'd be pretty special to do it on her birthday. And we really are promoting that we're a no excuse radio station to keep everybody informed. So we are here to keep you fully informed, Nanton, no excuses. And then, of course, we've always got everybody in town who wants to know what's going on, where it's happening, and people like this who are sitting down going, I wish I had known about that event, but where can you go and find out what's happening around Nanton? Well, you can go to euroradio.ca website calendar, which, let me take this off here and kind of show the smiley face of Holly, who takes care of that website calendar. So she helps out with the website calendar. We've got the radio station. We got top of the hour updates. We got live announcements. Morning Nanton Live, this show right here, which we used to promote. And we also are not just promoting the Nanton community, but we're also promoting the Claresholm community. So we've got Alec here connecting Claresholm, and we're working on making sure that everybody's fully informed in that community as well. So Alec, of course, we want to get an update from you on what's going on over in Claresholm. So that's what you're here for, and a little bit of comic relief, of course. So why don't we find out what's going on in Claresholm? Give us an update.
Yeah, so we've got, there's a couple of things happening this weekend. So there's a dance actually happening at Cottonwood Village. That was last night, 7 p.m., which is kind of cool. And then today we got karaoke happening at the Bell. And if you're downtown at all, go check out Emerson Park, because they've got there's new pathways going in, so you can go check that out and see how that's looking.
Okay.
And also the big thing happening today, so if you're driving around town, just keep an eye out. A bunch of cyclists. It's the gravel cycling classic called the Range, which starts here in Claresholm, and it goes west out into the Porcupine Hills area, and then it comes back. It's about a 125-kilometer race.
Yeah, that's a big race.
Yeah, and it's going to be hot. It's hot, obviously, today.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out for folks on the road as they head out of town and come back, especially if you're heading west of Claresholm. So there's some fitness there for sure. You got to be in shape to be able to do that. And yesterday we had a couple of great guests on. We were talking with the folks from Kilts and Cables, David and Lindsay, and we talked all about solar power and the benefits of solar. And then after that, we talked to our good friend Candice Kirkendall. She is a personal trainer in town, and she gave us some tips on, being a powerful human being. And so she started her own personal training.
So not only did she kind of inspire the fitness portion of it, but she inspired our show today, because I wanted to bring on some people who had a fitness journey themselves. Dave Murphy being one, Jonathan Karpetz being another one, us having the national championships happening here in our town with the powerlifting that's going on. So I want to, it's pretty cool how you can see one show all of a sudden kind of really directly affect another show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very, very cool. So anything else happening?
Well, cool thing with Candice too is that, she was pretty open about her journey. She didn't always look the way she looks, right?
Yeah.
And I think we had a nice chat about, just sort of where she came from to get to that place, and the effort that it takes sort of mentally and physically to get there. And it was a good show yesterday. It was fun.
Yeah. So anything else going on in Claresholm?
Coming up. So on Friday nights now, we're getting like late night shopping is happening in town.
Really?
Yeah. So that's kind of a new thing.
For Christmas or something?
Yeah, for Christmas, Dave.
For Christmas? Is everybody? Have you noticed that Christmas, all that stuff, just keeps shifting back and back and back, and it moves up a little more and moves up a little more, and now Christmas shopping is going to start in March.
It's not Christmas shopping,
Okay.
although I guess it could be if you wanted it to be.
Okay.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
But no, just shops are open downtown a little bit later on Friday. There's an open mic happening in Ringrose Park.
Okay,
And,
cool.
If you want it to be Christmas shopping, I suppose you could make it that.
Get your Christmas shopping done early.
I'm not going to stop you. You can make meaning out of it if you need to.
That's
you need
right.
it to be that, go for it.
Cool.
So yeah. That's
Okay,
what's
so that's what's going on there in Claresholm, connecting Claresholm. You can catch that every Friday, 12 to 1. Myself and Alec, of course, having some fun. Now I'm going to bring in, because that show inspired some very special people that I wanted to bring on the show today and talk to. And I'm going to bring them in right now because there's a very specific thing that's going to be happening here right away that I need possibly need some help here. So I got Dave Murphy here with us. So say hi to everybody, Dave Murphy.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you. That's good. It was a test. Jonathan, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, perfect. So we can hear you guys. You guys can hear us. So we've got some special people here. We're just going to pop in with Amanda, who's live on location again, and find out exactly what's going on down there. Now, you're muted, Amanda. We won't be able to hear you. So if you want to sign what you're doing or mouth it, maybe lip sync or something. I think we can hear you now.
Yeah, I pressed that magical unmute button.
Okay.
Yeah, so not anything happening right now. They're still on a bit of a break. I think they were setting up something for what's going to happen next. So we're just hanging out, and it's semi-cool in here. So if you're looking for something to cool off and you want to come down.
Big fan. You should go sit by the big fans.
Yes, there are big fans set up, and actually where the concession is, where Jitterbug Coffee is set up, it is air conditioned. So even if you want to come down and have a coffee, check it out, watch, powerlifting. It's pretty intense, honestly. The last power lifter, just before they broke, he was breaking a world record, and literally people in the audience were like standing in their seats, like willing him to stand up. And so it's a pretty,
Wow.
It's a pretty engaging sport to watch.
Wow. Okay, so we do, of course, have to do something that's pretty special to the show here. So I'm bringing pretty much everybody in. Now, I'm kind of wondering if, Vanessa, how's your voice today? I know that you were kind of struggling for...
We're getting better.
Yeah, and so if I asked you to do birthdays, would your voice still be good?
I can totally do birthdays.
You can do birthdays? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to pass it off to the group here?
Well, if people want to join in, that's
okay.
great.
Because I think I've heard that Jonathan's a great singer. I've heard that Dave is also a great singer. Alec is a great lip syncer. So Alec could do that. So we've got the whole crew here. I mean, I think this is going to be one of our best birthday celebrations here for people in town today on the show, with everybody singing at the same time. What have we got for birthdays? Let's say happy birthday to Kelly Slade. Good old Kelly. Let's say happy birthday to Sharon. Let's say happy birthday. I think Sharon's there today, actually. Cassandra Graves is having a birthday. Gary Stewart's having a birthday. We also have Clayton Gillespie's having a birthday. So not in that particular order. I'll surprise everybody as we go through it. But we are going to sing happy birthday here for everybody. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Why don't you give us a little accompaniment there, Jason, on the guitar? There we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Come on, Jonathan.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Kelly, Sharon, Harry, Sandra, and Clayton. Happy birthday to you. Holy man, we kind of did it. We kind of did that. We almost nailed it. So good job. Well, thank you very much, Highway 533 band. I will see you in just a little bit. Okay. And we are going to now move on to, of course, promoting our first sponsor of the show, which is the Wagon Wheel Pub, Nanton's good time, feel good place. You just heard us sing happy birthday. If you want to hear that kind of talent every first and third Tuesday of the month, the next one being August 1st, then you could just come on out to the pub and we're going to set up karaoke so everybody can sing, not necessarily happy birthday, but they can sing just as well as you just heard us sing just now. So it may require a few drinks, I think. So yeah, we'll have some fun over at the Wagon Wheel Pub. Nanton's feel good, feel time, feel big, feel all the feels everywhere place. Okay. Well, I want to thank, of course, Alec for coming on the show here this morning. So, Alec, have a great hot day. We'll see you later. Okay.
You got it.
Okay, thanks a lot, buddy. Okay. We are going to also say hi to Holly in just a few more minutes. Okay. So, bye, Holly. I will come back to you in just a little bit because I want to talk to, of course, Jonathan, and Dave's not here. So Dave's not here, and Jonathan both have basically gone through their own fitness journeys. Now, Dave, let me ask you first, because I think that you had kind of some inspiration from your daughter, right? That's kind of what started your journey.
Yeah, we were at a playground. She was about 5, and at that point, I was almost 400 pounds, and she wanted to race me home.
Yeah.
And with my injuries in my leg and the weight, I said I couldn't. And the look in her eye, I'll never forget it. So that lit my fire.
Yeah. So now how long ago was that?
Almost 5 years ago.
5 years ago now. Okay. So 5 years ago, you started your journey, which was much longer than I actually thought it was only just a few years ago that happened. So you've been working on this for 5 years now, which is a good chunk of time. Now I'm going to bring Jonathan in as well and kind of ask him the same question. So Jonathan, you and I actually met through my DJ school. You came in, you started kind of learning, and you started doing shows with us, and you were on your weight loss journey at that time, right?
Sure. That was my third time trying to lose weight.
That was your third time. Okay.
I'm sorry. Memory. Second time.
Second time. Okay.
Yeah, and as I represent today, this is actually my fourth time. So
really,
yeah, I've been up and down my whole life. So it's in terms
which is not surprising, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that struggle with the weight loss journey, and they always have the peaks and the valleys, and you kind of fall, and then you got to bring yourself back up. But I mean, you guys are doing that. It's amazing what you guys are doing. So how did it start for you, Jonathan?
It was a doctor read me a riot act. I was 22, I think, at the time. I was just finishing university, and I knew something was wrong. I think I wanted to make the change. I was just looking for some guidance because I was young. I didn't really have any idea at the time, and I went to a doctor, had some tests. They said I was on track to be diabetic fairly soon, at a fairly young age, and I have some family history, and it just sort of set me on motion to try to make changes, for healthier lifestyle.
So I'm going to bring up, John. I'm going to bring up some photos here. So this was the peak of your weight gain.
Surprisingly, not even. I capped out at about 330 pounds.
330 pounds. Okay.
Back in the day.
Okay.
That would be over 300 there, but yeah, no, I even got bigger than that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the doctor read you the riot act. You kind of got your stuff in order. You started losing some weight. Now both you and Dave have some pretty cool stories. Dave, I'm going to go back to you for a second. Dave, you were getting involved with, I know that you were boxing, right? And kind of going to the gym and doing that kind of stuff. Recently you kind of got a lot of attention, social media attention. We were talking earlier, not all, of course, when it comes to social media, not all of it's positive, but you did get a lot of positive social media attention as well, right? So why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, I had posted a picture of me and my daughter when I started, and then the most recent one, and Arnold Schwarzenegger had reposted it on Twitter with a very nice personal message, and he still actually checks in with me to see how it's going. But that post hit 27 million views, so it was a little overwhelming.
Wow, that's crazy. Jonathan, you had your own unique path with the weight loss. Something I think that was really, really cool to mention as well. Now we've got a picture here of something that we have a Subway in town too, so we could promote the Subway, no problem, because we've got one in town. So that's a great connection. But you got involved with the Subway. Now, was it called the Commit to Fit Challenge? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, back in the day, they were trying to find stories of people in Canada who had gone through fitness journeys or weight loss journeys, and to tell their stories. I became a spokesperson, and there was a competition around that, and I didn't win the competition, but as a result,
now hold on. You may not have won the competition, but come on. I mean, you were one of the finalists. You said there were only 3 finalists in all of Canada, excluding Quebec, who had their own challenge, right?
Yeah.
But you were one of 3 finalists in all of Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that mean to you?
At the time, it was it meant a lot, actually. My dad had just passed, and part of my fitness journey was related to my dad getting sick and trying to reset my life to reflect a sort of a new path, and to show him what I could do at the time. And so having that be a part of that journey was significant. And at the time, I was looking for avenues to talk to people about my journey and to hopefully help other people, and that became obviously a platform through which I could do that.
Right. Now with your weight loss, is that when you started to gain confidence and become a better singer as well? Is that when that happened?
A better DJ. No, I like to be behind the decks, as you know. So
that's right. You did DJ quite a few shows for me. And it was a lot of fun. Did you continue on that path of DJing? Because you've traveled the world quite a bit, right?
Yeah, until I aged out a bit, which I know is a classic thing. I was less willing to stay up late. So,
right. Yeah, exactly.
And I became a runner, and the runs are very early often. So I kind of, that was the trade-off. So you're doing a
lot of marathons right now?
Yeah, I'm a marathoner and a triathloner. So I do marathons and triathlons.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah. We've got a lot of comments that were coming in through the morning here that we kind of missed. I want to get to these comments because we had Kurt Seeley, who was talking about breaking records when we were talking about breaking the records for the nationals over at the powerlifting. He said, I broke a few records in my time, especially the disco duck record, which would be a good one to break. We also had him, when we were singing birthdays, he was saying Harvey having a birthday, and then Kristen B. Kirsten B. Top of the morning this weekend will require many drinks in general after this week. And what have we got here? Let's see. We've got Kirsten saying, hi, Holly and Dave. Dave's not here, man. And Jonathan saying hi to you. And then we've got Kirsten saying, I've been there going on a year and a half, consistently working out and just living a healthier lifestyle. And it's amazing what it does for your mental health as well. And then we got my dad. My dad likes to join in and comment every once in a while. I'm on a weight loss journey myself right now. So there we go. Right. So we got a lot of people who are working on their own weight loss, their own personal stories, their own personal paths. It's pretty cool. And I'm very proud of you guys. Now, I someday will maybe get onto a weight loss journey myself. Maybe someday. I don't know that I'm ready for it right now, but I still think it's important because those who are mentally ready and want to take that leap, people like you definitely inspire that. So I know that guys like you will help people out, which is going to be the last thing I'm going to ask you about this before I let you go, Dave. What is it that you would say to somebody who's come to you and says, I think I'm ready for this? What would you say as far as your advice to them on being able to be successful with it?
Well, I started and failed about 10 times easily. Now I run a page called the Losers Club. Mm-hmm. There's about 300 people in there, all on the same. There's some people just starting out. There's some people that have lost a ton of weight, but there's trainers on there giving free trips. Candace is on there. She helps out people for free.
Nice.
And it's private. It's anything you post in there, nobody can see. Mm-hmm. And if anyone wants to just search the Losers Club, it comes right up, and there's 300 of us in there right now.
So I just had this is a pretty heavy subject, you guys. This is, it's kind of cool that we're talking about this, but Kurt, I think for the first time, no jokes, is saying he was an alcoholic, sober since January 2009. Next up, thinking of a diet change. That might be hard to, it's scary. So yeah, it's a scary thing to do, but it's got, like I said, it's guys like you that inspire people to be able to make that jump and that change. And I think that it's really important for people to know that, just like Jonathan said, he's on like number 4 right now of his journey, trying to, get back on the horse and go again. You constantly are having to deal with, falling down and getting back up, and falling down and getting back up. And the more people understand and realize there are people there to put, your arms around them, and so they can help lift you back up and get you going again, I think the easier it is for people to understand that they can do this. So
you know what, with what Kurt just said, I used to get drunk 5 out of 7 nights a week, and it was pitcher blackout drunk. So if he wants to reach out to me, I've been there. I've been on that. Had a little lady, she's about 4'2", happiest woman you ever meet, amazing singer. And she sat me down in a booth one night with a pot of coffee at 1:30. And she said, if you don't smarten up, you're not going to see 50. And I had never seen her mad in 10 years. And that little lady, she passed away on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Years ago, but that's kind of my reminder. Like, I'll never forget and go back to that. So.
Wow. Okay. Jonathan, you want to pop in and say something here about it?
Well, I'm just really gratified to hear what Dave's done about, building a community around this, because so much of my journey has been searching for that community and searching for, people to be on this journey with, because, we talk about weight, yes, but it's really about health and mental health is a big part of that. And having that community is so important. So I'm really gratified to hear that.
Well, thank you very much. Wow, that's great to add. Well, thanks very much, Dave Murphy, for joining us and sharing a little bit of your story. Keep it going, man. I would look forward to bringing you back on and talking about where you're at, again next year. And have a great weekend, okay, buddy?
Thanks, and get Jonathan to send me a message. I think having him join would fire up some people as well.
Awesome.
100%.
Okay, great. Glad to connect everybody. Speaking of connecting people, so we started this little show called Good Morning Nanton Live around the time of the pandemic, just so that we could basically keep ourselves busy, introduce ourselves to the community, but more importantly, make sure that people in town knew who was still, there for them. Make sure that, because a lot of the businesses were getting closed down, we wanted to make sure that people in the community knew which businesses were still opened up and ready to go for them and serving them. And that is something that you and I, before we went live today, talked a little bit about, and said you've got a bit of a passion in this sense, because when we started the radio station as well here, so the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, which runs this show here, runs our radio station, the whole idea was to be, really hyper focused on the 2,200 people that are in our town. And we didn't have an interest in being this massive radio station that was going to reach out to 1,000 kilometers of different cities and centers and towns and everything else. We wanted to keep it focused that people knew who we were talking about when we brought somebody on. You said that you've got kind of a passion in this area, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of give me your thoughts on this idea of what we're doing.
Well, it's not even how do I describe it? So I'm an academic. I'm finishing my PhD, and I'm in communications. And we often deal in Canadian communications in questions of media. And there has been a real push in recent years towards more local ideas of media because of sort of this mass expansion of these giant platforms, right? That seem to, they purport, or they want to connect people from all over the world, or old friends from wherever. But we've seen this sort of evacuation or diminishing of all these local, media sources, be it newspapers, be it radio, and et cetera. So it's really incumbent on communities to find places to find that togetherness. And these platforms like the this radio show is being broadcast on is it's using a platform as a tool, but what makes it the show is the people, right? And it's the community, and that's just really important to think about and to keep going, because that's what's going to make it, that's what's going to save it, right, is the people and the community. So I think what you're doing here is really great, and I hope it's a model, and I hope other models around Alberta and other provinces are ways of sort of keeping that spirit alive and keeping that community spirit alive, because it's so necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's really our passion here. And so, I'm going to bring Amanda in, and Holly, I want you to get ready too, because I'm going to bring you in as well. So bringing people back in here who are, doing things to connect our communities. And, I think that's a great segue into Holly and what Holly's doing. So she's working as a volunteer with us here at the Community Broadcasting Association, but she also is the VIC Queen. So as the VIC Queen, and we've now, Holly, you muted yourself somehow. Oh, is there a lot of noise out there? Oh, okay. Okay, so maybe just give it a second. Maybe what we can do is, it seems to be going away. No, it's not going away. No, they're driving past. Holly, you go tell them. Okay, so we'll bring Amanda in. So Amanda, while Amanda's there, and we'll get back to Holly in a second. How's everything going? Now, we've got people that are set up there today at the THRC. Some vendors, right?
There's some vendors here. Actually, the Promenade is here. There's a company called Sweet Little Candy Company. So, of course, when you think about powerlifting, you always think about candy.
Of course, yeah.
And there's some organizations here that's got some, apparel and clothing. There's some, healthy sort of treats. There's, all the stuff kind of associated with powerlifting, that kind of stuff. So I think some are sponsors, some are just vendors, and I just saw Disney's comment. And I am powerlifting. I forgot my selfie stick, so I'm holding my camera. Let me tell you, that's
that's funny. That's funny. So you're powerlifting your camera right now. That's good. Yeah, Jason, I want to know if man is going to do some lifting. I don't think so. Okay, let's check back in with Holly.
I might get a coffee later. That'll be
get a coffee. That's right. Let's check back in with Holly. So Holly, are we good now? Is the truck passed? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so why don't we talk a little bit about what you're doing over there? The Nanton Visitor Information Center has finally opened up, and you are in charge of it. So, how do you feel about that? You feeling good about it?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good too. I think it's good to have this connection between you guys. So, the Visitor Information Center and us and Lorraine on here again, connecting people. Hi everyone, busy day in town today. And then Kurt talking about I power lift my butt out of bed each and every morning. Oh, Kurt, leave it up to you. Okay, so let's talk about the Visitor Information Center. Holly, tell us what's going on there and what's really the point of what you're doing there.
So I'm here with the Nanton Chamber of Commerce, and we're at the McEwen Schoolhouse, which is northbound on Highway 2. The town of Nanton just finished putting in bathrooms, which you seen our show on that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopefully. Go back and watch it if you didn't, and tell them I sent you. Anyway, we want people to stop here, whether you live here, whether you're traveling through here. I want you to stop here and come get all your travel needs, because I have brochures, I have pamphlets of Alberta, I have BC. It doesn't matter if you live here or not. I have information for you, and I'd love to see you here.
Cool. Okay, so you're taking care of, and there we go. You're all set and ready to go. Perfect. Now let's check in with Amanda. Amanda, have you got yours? And Jonathan, did you get yours?
No, not yet.
I thought I sent it to you in the mail, but no, you didn't get it yet? Have you ever been to Nanton, Jonathan?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so you've been to the candy store here?
Probably. I mean, I spent a lot of years. Well, my family has Lethbridge connections, so we've gone back and forth, up and down.
Oh, you've driven through that way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, do you think you'll ever be coming and maybe doing a marathon around this area here soon?
I'd love to. Yeah.
Cheer you on.
I mean, I'm a Calgarian at heart, but I was considering doing the Edmonton Marathon soon, so we'll see.
Well, make sure. Yeah. So after you get finished the Edmonton Marathon, just reroute yourself and just keep marathoning all the way to Nanton. Okay.
Yeah, I'll run on down. Okay.
Run on down to Nanton. Yeah. And we'll make sure we follow you all the way. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, well, let's now talk about another sponsor that we've got that always, of course, is helping us to make sure that we are keeping this show strong, and that is Trains Lawn Care. So Trains Lawn Care, of course, a proud sponsor of Good Morning Nanton Live. They just started out with a single truck mounted with a plow and a lawnmower, They have expanded their services and grown into one of the larger land maintenance contractors servicing Calgary, Airdrie, Brooks, Okotoks, High River, Nanton, and surrounding areas. Their expansion and stellar reputation for the past 20 plus years is due in part to their exceptional quality and timely service. And maintenance teams complete a full property analysis during each visit and resolve any landscape-related issues to ensure your property is at its safest, healthiest, and looking its best. They're proud to say they have their certificate of recognition with the Alberta Construction Safety Association, and they're also accredited with Contractor Check and the Better Business Bureau, and are members of the CPC Irrigation Association. Trains Lawn Care, another proud sponsor of Good Morning Nanton Live. So I think this is a good segue here to move into talking about something that's going to be happening at the THRC. So, Amanda, we are going to ask Jonathan as well. Now, Jonathan, I was inquiring about your singing skills, and now I'm going to inquire about what's called roller skating. So, are you much of a roller skater at all?
No, I used to rollerblade with my dad, but and of course I was a goalie, so I skated lots. But no, not a roller skater by trade. Yeah.
So we've got, now I'm going to interrupt here for a second. I'm going to get Amanda, and Amanda's going to be doing, of course, our news update. We've got the classic news that's going to be coming up here right away. So I'm going to be getting Amanda to take care of that. And you're going to talk about the Rock and Roller Celebration 3 that's going to be coming up, because we've got Nanton Days coming up. So I want you to talk a little bit about that and tell everybody about it, because, oh, I see what's going on here. Tell everybody about it because, of course, we've got the Nanton Days that's happening, and this is a really exciting part of this. So tell them all about what's going on here with Nanton Days and the Rock and Roller Celebration.
Sure. Okay. You're saying that to me, right?
Yes, I'm saying that to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna also you're crackling a little bit, Dave. So fix that.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Okay. All right. So as everyone knows, we've got Nanton Days coming up August 4th to 7th. Friday, it's a jam-packed long weekend, everyone. There's lots going on. Friday, August 4th, there's the golf tournament. There's the seniors ice cream at the Nanton Quality of Life Foundation, so that's free ice cream, I believe. The grain elevators are open for tours. And, of course, the roller skate party, the third rock and roller event, is going to happen at the THRC, where I am right now today for the powerlifting contest. 6:30 to 8:30, you can go online and get your tickets. You can pay at the door. We just want to see everyone come out and have a great time. And so that's happening on Friday, August 4th, to kick off Nanton Days. And
so hold on one second. Now, do you know what's really cool about what's happening here with the Rock and Roller Celebration? We're going to be partnering and collaborating with the Nanton Palominos. So that's kind of why I got my Nanton Palominos hat on right now.
Because is that what's happening?
Yeah. Nanton Palominos are actually going to be coming out and checking out the Rock and Roller Celebration. So they're going to be getting their rollerblades or roller skates on. They're going to be meeting the kids and some of the adults and just promoting the senior team being back again in Nanton this year. So I'm really excited to have these guys out and join us for our Rock and Roller Celebration.
Yeah, okay, me too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So why don't we talk now about the other stuff that's going to be happening, and then we'll talk about your breaking Nanton news. So
sure.
the other stuff that's going on for Nanton Days, we've got Saturday. So what's going on there?
Saturday, as all summer long, there's the United Church Farmers Market from 1 to 9 at the United Church parking lot. 1:30 to 4 is the Whitbit race at the THRC pool. Mm-hmm. And at 2 o'clock at the grain elevators is the production of Nanton's Not So Hot Coal Train Robbery Readers Theater. If you don't know what that is, you've got to check it out. It's such an amazing historic story about Nanton. I love it. It's very, very unique and original.
So that's just so everybody knows, that's something I'm going to try to get somebody on for next week's show to talk about the Not So Hot Coal Train Robbery and this theater piece that's going to be happening. And I think that might be a good time to see if we can get Corey Mack. I think it's Corey Mack. That's at the elevators. Yeah,
she's leading tours at the elevators all summer long. So if you're interested in hearing about the elevators and the history, And Holly's got it there. Awesome, Holly. Not so hot. Coal train robbery. And so, so go check that out. I think you can get tickets at the Grain Elevators Because I Said So, or online, I think, at Eventbrite. So.
Cool. Okay, so we also have, let's see, after that, the Wibbert Swim at the THRC, and then on Sunday, now hold on a second. Now, I want to make sure we get this in at the right time. So this is also on Sunday. Sunday, the Nanton Days Chili Cook-Off is happening.
Yep.
So that's going to be taking place from 1 to 3. So that's going to be a really cool thing to experience in town here. That's usually a pretty big part of Nanton Days, right? The chili cook-off.
Yeah, it used to be a big part, and now they last year they brought it back. So it's really unique. You pay for a spoon, and then you go around and you get to trial a bunch of different chilies. And I think last year they had 11 different kinds. So you're basically eating a meal for a donation.
Right.
And you get to find some unique and original recipes for chili, and then they vote on them, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just something to showcase.
Yeah, it's to have some fun. So that's going to be happening on Sunday, and the other stuff that's happening on Sunday is the Lions Pancake Breakfast at the Community Center from 8 to 10, Ministerial Association Worship Service, Centennial Park. Bring your own chair at 11 o'clock. And then 1 to 3, Chamber of Commerce, the Chili Cook-Off, which we just talked about. And then look at this, cardboard boat races. The cardboard boat race is happening at THRC Pool from 1:30 to 4. And then 5 p.m., we got the Nanton Night Rodeo number 4 happening. And 9:45 p.m. or later, the Nanton Boosters and Promoters Fireworks Display at Lions Grove Park, Boomers Hill. That's going to be happening. That's when our big fireworks happen. It's not on Canada Day. It's for the Nanton Roundup Days on the Sunday is when the fireworks happen. And then to round it all off here, we have Monday, which is going to be, again, a Lions Pancake Breakfast at the Community Center, Boosters Parade. So we're going to have the parade that's going to be happening, and our parade marshal is going to be Bridget Jones, and that's going to be the parade marshal, and it's going to be a celebration of 120 years for Nanton. Then 11 o'clock starts the Nanton Children's Festival. And I believe, let's bring in Holly again for 1 second. I believe Holly is going to be in charge of the karaoke for that. So you're going to be taking care of the karaoke for the kids at the Children's Festival. So watch out for that. The kids just lined up for the karaoke last year. It was incredible. So I imagine we're going to have more kids that are going to line up this year because, of course, another year of practicing their singing. And then we're going to have the Connect First free swim from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And at 1 p.m., also the duck race is happening. 2 p.m., Bomber Command Museum doing a Canada engine run. And 3 p.m. starts the number 5 Nanton Night Rodeo in the Ag Grounds. So, man, so much stuff is happening. So much stuff is happening for Nanton Roundup Days. And I think it's really cool and really exciting. So now 120 years, hey? That's a long time for Nanton to be around. A long time. I think that's a great segue to the classic Nanton breaking news. So as long as Amanda unmutes her microphone, we're going to show her that we've got some really cool news stories here we got to cover. So what have we got first here? Let's talk about the Nanton breaking news.
So this edition is the first edition of the Nanton News. It was in June 2003. So when we talk about 1903. 1903.
100 years earlier than that.
So that was I'll go back to it. So that was 120 years ago. That was the first article from the Nanton News. And when we talk about the parade being in celebration of Nanton being 120 years old, there's a great little article here. And again, you can find these articles on the Chinook Arts Public Library website. With your membership to the library, you can access these. And it talks about the builders of the town and how, Nanton got started and never really stopped. And there was some really great people that were involved in developing it. And there's also a really great story about how the auditorium was such a strong foundation for visitors to come to Nanton. And so then the next article I had actually chosen first because it is from July 22nd, 1971, and it talks about the basically the Roundup Days. the parade, the rodeo, the breakfast, the barbecue that happens. So I thought it was pretty cool to show that, this has been a long-standing tradition in Nanton to have the Nanton, you might call it the Nanton days, the Roundup days. There's a couple of different names for it, I think.
Mhm.
But just in history in Nanton, it's been a very, very important part of our town and our history. So I just wanted to showcase that. Oh, that's
So,
really cool.
so we've got Dad saying sounds exciting, and Kurt wants to know, says any reasonable parking available for out of towners for Nanton days? I think we've got tons of parking here, eh?
Oh yeah, there's tons of free parking and
Tons of parking. So
you can even try and book at the campground if you want to come stay for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And Holly, you got something there. Is that?
Yeah, I'm just looking at what Holly's got here. So, what is this?
It is.
Is that the first one?
Wow.
1907.
1907.
Oh.
Wow. Be careful with that paper.
Yeah.
I hope that's a photocopy, not the original.
I think so.
Okay.
Come see this and more artifacts at the McEwen Schoolhouse, northbound Highway 2.
Wow, good sales pitch. Such a good salesperson. Okay, that's really cool. That's awesome. Okay, what's going on there at the THRC now with the powerlifting?
So they've got started again, and they're doing some lifting. I don't know. I don't want to be too loud because
Right.
everyone's quiet.
Can you get any closer to it? Come on, where's your media pass? Where's your media pass? You should be right up there.
Media pass.
Jason says Chateau Brazeau has cheap parking.
Aaron's on deck, Nicole's in the hole, and Brenda is 4 out.
If you can see, Leslie Gurr is there spotting.
They got quite the setup there, and they're also live streaming that, I believe. I'm not sure if it's the website they're live streaming it on, but
there's a film crew here. They're doing interviews and live streaming. I think it's on EPM, if that says anything.
EPM, okay. I'll check that out. So they're doing bench press right now?
Yeah, I guess that's what that is.
Okay, awesome.
And for the women, I think this is...
Next up is...
mostly women in this round here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so lots of stuff going on in Nanton today, so everybody be aware of it. And then next week we've got Nanton Roundup Days that we're going to talk to some people about that. That's not till the weekend after, of course, but we're going to have some interviews and kind of bring some information and some promo to that. Now, Holly's got something she wants to say. So, Holly, what are you saying there?
Next weekend, Nanton Marlins and the Fort McLeod Sharks are hosting our very own Nanton Swim Meet. Please come down. Check it out. We have huge raffle table full of stuff. You want to win it, be there or be square.
Okay, haven't heard that phrase for many, many years. I think that phrase is now kind of a square phrase to use.
I'm bringing it back.
Okay, so that's basically what's going on here in the next couple of weeks in Nanton. So everybody knows what's happening now, but we're going to have more intimate interviews next week. I do want to thank Jonathan for coming on today. Thank you very much for sharing your story. I think it's really cool what you do, and thanks for also giving a little bit of an endorsement to what we're doing here with the Nanton Community Broadcasting Association, and your education in that, and good luck with everything that you're doing too. Okay.
Yeah, keep it up, guys. Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too, Jonathan. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bye. Cheers.
Okay, well, we're going to say goodbye to everybody, but before we do, we of course want to say thanks to our final sponsor of the show, which everybody knows is G&JD Construction. So G&JD Construction, that is, of course, is a family-owned and operated company, has been providing general contracting services for over 43 years. They cater to the construction needs of residential and commercial clients in Nanton, Claresholm, High River, Southern Alberta, and surrounding areas. They specialize in renovations, commercial builds, and concrete delivery and installations. The company has been run by the family for 3 generations, and they're proud to be a part of the local commercial and residential community in Nanton, serving Southern Alberta. So thanks again to all of our sponsors. Thanks to all our guests. Thanks to all of you for tuning in and helping us out. And thanks to our Highway 533 band who are going to take us out here this week. And we'll see you guys next week on another edition of Good Morning Nanton Live. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The hot summer night fell like a net. I've got to find my baby yet. I need you to soothe my head, turn my blue heart to red. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you. A pretty face don't make no pretty heart. I learned that, buddy, from the start. You think I'm cute, a little bit shy. Mama, I ain't that kind of guy. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I've got a bad case of loving you. I know you like it. You like it on top. Tell me, Mama, are you gonna stop? You had me down 21 to zip. The smile of Judas on your lip. Shake my fist, knock on wood. I've got it bad, I've got it good. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I've got a bad case of loving you.
Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.